All of Me is one of the most outstanding jazz standards of all time, and this is the reason why it has been played for almost 100 years. In this video we are going to talk about the chords and how to play a comping that works well in every playing situation. In the first part I will show you my way to play it with the tabs. In the second part we will take a closer look to the chord shapes and how the chords relate to each other. And also we will talk about what makes the typical swing rhythm and how can we create the steady beat we need. So it's worth watching the video to the end. My name is Markus. You can find the tabs and the backing track on my Patreon account. Let's get started. All of Me is in the key of C. It has 32 bars and the typical structure of a jazz standard. The chords we play are shell chords. They are very suitable for that kind of jazz. We are talking about 4-part harmony, so technically we need 4 notes per chord, but in this case we only play 3 notes per chord. This is because we leave the 5th, and we can do so because the 5th is part of the harmonics, so we don't have to care about it. Let's go through the chords step by step. We start with C6. They didn't play major 7 chords back in the day. We're talking about pre-bebop. This is C6, root note, 6th, major 3rd. Then we go to E7, root note on the A string, major 3rd, D string, minor 7th, G string. E7 is a secondary dominant, by the way. What does that mean? The dominant 7 chord in the key of C is G7. So any other dominant 7 chord that appears in this song is a secondary dominant because it doesn't directly lead back to C. E7 is a secondary dominant and leads us to A. This is it, A7. The root note on the E string, minor 7th, D string, major 3rd, G string, and A7 also is a secondary dominant and it leads us to D minor 7, the 2 chord. Root note on the A string, minor 3rd, minor 7th. Then we go back to E7, we had that before so we can skip it. And then we go to A minor 7, basically the same as the A7 but 1 note different, a minor 3rd. Then we go to D7. D7 is played like E7 but 2 frets to the left. And then finally we reach G7, which is the dominant. You can play it straight for 2 bars, or if you're tempted you can elevate it like this. This is G7, F over A sharp diminished, and G over B. We repeat the first 8 bars. Let's jump directly to the 4 chord, which is F6. Root note on the 8th string, major 3rd, and the 6th. Then F minor 6, a beautiful chord, which is supposed to lead us back to C, but we'll resist and go to E minor 7 instead. This is it. Root note on the A string, minor 3rd, minor 7th, A7, and then a 2-5-1 brings us back home. We already know this chord shapes. As you can see, all the chords are built up the same way. We have the root note on the E or on the A string. And when we start with the E string, we have the 6th or the 7th on the D string and the 3rd minor or major on the G string. And when we start with the root note on the A string, we have the 3rd minor or major on the D string and the 7th on the G string. We can also change the root note to the 5th, like this. So this is E7. This is my root note, the A string, and I just play a B on the low E string in the 7th fret instead. This is my 5th. So we have a little variation. You can do this with A7, like this. This is the root note, and this is the 5th. So you change the chord shape like this. And you just have a little variation, and this is very nice. So when you get bored, just do this. Finally, we need to talk about rhythm. We play on every beat of every bar without rhythmic variation. This creates the strong pulls we need for this music. We know that in jazz music, the 8th notes are played with a swing feel. That means the 8th notes are played with a triplet feel. The downbeat is twice as long as the upbeat. That means our downstroke is twice as long as the upstroke, just like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When I play in the old style, I shorten my downbeat a little bit, so you get that typical chonk, chonk, chonk. If you play it too long, you get a shuffle, like this. But that's not the old-time swing, it's a little bit shorter. The real beat, the real swing feeling comes from muting the strings with the left hand at the right time. Like this. Make sure you mute all the strings at exactly the same time. This is often underestimated. Also make sure you block the strings you don't need in the chord, like this. Or this. You can also play an accent on the 2 and 4. This depends a little bit on the situation. But it's basically the way Freddie Green played. In a big band or maybe in a small group, you double the bass player. But when you play in a duo, maybe with a singer, you are the only one responsible for the beat. So it's absolutely necessary to be tight. And take your time to practice. Don't rush yourself, be patient, and the most important thing of it all, enjoy it. So this is it for today. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day. See you next time.